$150 times 4 accounts. Going to be a monthly payout. What asset is it? This is baby. This is crypto. Found a hole yesterday morning, back positive. Nice. I went long XRP Sunday at 302, and I'm approaching my talk. Nice. You've been holding that. Nice, nice, nice. Let's take a look. XRP. Nope, wrong. What's your profit target? You're in at 302. So I was here. You've been holding this thing a while. Sunday, 302. Man, nice pickup. That means you got it like right at the bottom here. Sat through a little pain here. But we've been on this kind of uptrend ever since. Look at this thing. Parabolic City. Let's see what we can find. Let me get a tick strike up here. So if I do start a position long up here, what I'll be looking for is tracement back to maybe 55, 55. Would be nice. One in control is at this 55.40. Looks like it broke above, back tested. So we have this low volume node right here. This is about as sideways as Solana can get. Ethereum. And I bought Ethereum down. First of all, I was long here. Right around, maybe around here. And then it flushed me out of the open. Took a decent sized loss. Got back down here and got out up at VWAP. So not, this was like $150 loss. I caught like another 75, 80 bucks back on this side. So I'm down overall on that trade. It's kind of disappointing, but it's fine. My volume might be low. Yeah, sorry about that. There we go. That should be better. Is that better? All right, Water Boss. I know this is a noob question, but I've never traded crypto. And I add USDT chart on my Tradevate. I don't have the same chart as you. Well, USDT is a stable coin, so it's always $1. That's why. This is Ethereum. These trade in pairs. So it's Ethereum to the US dollar. Yeah, Ethereum screwed me up this morning. Not a fan. I don't like how this is grinding up. Let's see what it looks like. Scares me about the short is we're really early. Not pump. Yeah, all of them have scanners. The exchanges have scanners. You can see the high volume and the high. I'll show you here in a second. You can just create scanners. It's not like small caps where like you need to know its float and all this kind of stuff. I mean, you can if you're holding this stuff long term, but that was the bottom in Ethereum. Watch the whole thing pan out this morning. I was watching her on stream. I don't know if anybody was on stream. But I was looking at Ethereum this morning at that bottom. Hey, Saif. I don't know about the Fed cut. The Fed cut might drive the markets up. We're getting a little bit of a bump in the equities. You know, it's hard to say. Anything can happen. Let's see the longer term chart of this. Okay. See what it does up here. This could be a double top. I don't know. We'll see. I like how the VWAP starting to flatten out a little bit. Might start a little position in this one. Bitcoin bullish. 17. This is crypto futures, Tyler. So this is perpetual futures on crypto. I'm looking at the spot price, but I trade the futures. Yep. So let me pull that up. I use breakout prop. You can get an account for like 60 bucks. This is the smallest ones they have. And that's for like 5,000 bucks in margin. I have this $100,000 account I've been trading. I'm up like 1,400. I was up 1,500, so down a little bit in it. You create your watch list. XRP. And I have a code if you want to get it, Burner. Yeah. Let's see XRP here. I don't know if I like those capitulations put in there. Back under monthly band for XRP. I might 426. $408. 054. Kind of like the short. Let's see what we do here at 37. All right, this is starting to work. I'd like to get down to the point of control, at least. See if we can get a rotation down to the point of control, the other side of value here. That would be fuego. I'm worried that this low volume node will hold up. We have to break through here, upper band, weekly upper band, then we can have a nice serious sell-off here, which would be nice. You too, Tyler. Yep, that's a crypto stream, Blair. Welcome to Crypto Hour. So I have a bit of a short in XRP here. Small size. I'd like to see the return to value. And we'll see how this goes. I use BTCC, and for prop, I use breakout. So I start with small size. I'll probably add a little bit at IB high here if we bounce a little bit. Yep, it's called breakout prop. It's pretty cool. My code's on the banner. I have the wrong, let's go to crypto. The wrong tick strike on. There we go. Let's go. Sell off. Man, this bounced right off the weekly upper band. Crazy. Might add a little more here. So we need to see this fail. I'm going to put an alert here. It will let me know when it fails. So I don't have to keep looking at it. So we have a lot of stuff going on here in Solana. This is weekly upper band. That's kind of been holding here. Monthly upper band on Solana. And then we got weekly upper band right here. So we've been chopping between weekly upper band and monthly upper band. So if we look at it a little more clearly here, right, you can see it here. So this is the weekly VWAP, monthly VWAP upper band, and we're just chopping between the two. Are you on TradingView? What are you looking on, Water Boss? What are you looking on? What are you typing them into? What are you looking on? You do not have those. Kind of like the spot, because I feel like that's where the larger institutions are buying and selling. Yeah, it's not going to be on Trade Debate. That's the problem. It's not CME futures. You got to trade with the crypto exchange. This is the crypto feed. There are CME crypto futures. I don't trade them. They're very slow. They're very illiquid. And I can't hold them overnight and stuff. And crypto, I kind of like to have a bigger. It's okay. No worries. You're here to learn, right? That's why you're here. And when things are slow like this, Water Boss, I have no problem walking through questions and stuff. It's when it's the market open and things are crazy. I can't really walk you through things. But when things are slow, not a problem. I'll take any questions. So now, as always, this stream is always a good time to ask questions because it's usually very quiet. The 7 p.m. There's only 20 people in the Discord. There's only 15 people on YouTube. Very quiet, as opposed to 120 on Discord and 100 people on YouTube. There's like 250 people watching, and it's busy. I do. Oxter, good morning. Or evening. It's my evening, your morning. I do. Let's pull it up here to my crypto tools. And Breakout Prop was just bought by Kraken. So I know you're not familiar, but Kraken's one of the largest crypto exchanges in the whole world. And so they're backing Breakout. So that's kind of a big deal. You can trust them. NQ's doing a little bit of nosedive here. Right, so Yep. Yeah, since crypto has no close, they're not bound to the same rules of the CME. So yeah, you can hold positions in crypto. There's some people, I mean, they're pulling in some serious money on breakout, trading altcoins and momentum coins. There's a lot of opportunity there. Now my settings are always at 4. I feel like anything below that is too sensitive. I like between 4 and 6 on tick strike. It's aggregated, Blair. Yeah, so when you see, like, I always have it on total volume, but if you were to switch it to delta, that's not real delta. Yeah, it's aggregated. It's all aggregated on TradingView. That's why I use also. Yeah, Ethereum was nice. I was long before the open and it flushed me hard. That wasn't nice. All right, this is working a little bit. Very slow. Very slow. I'm worried that this is going to hold again. So I might take off a little here. So crypto, what tends to happen is like you sit around waiting for a long time, not all that different from futures. And then like out of nowhere, there'll be these huge moves, just boom. And just as fast as they come, they're gone. And then it's back to moving really slow. It does seem like the momentum is done in this thing. Things are starting to level out here, but what's going to happen at 8 o'clock is we're going to get a new VWAP. So the weekly VWAP will be important, that upper band. So, I mean, this has been the buy spot in Solana. Does it stay the buy spot? I think I'll pick up a little here. I picked up 20. So long Solana. Monthly upper band that's been holding. Yeah, I think there's screeners in TradingView. I think you could do that with. There it goes. This low volume node held. So There's a screening feature. Here we go. All right, you can do like a crypto screener. Volume change. And I think you can set alerts. I don't know how. Deck screener. Yeah, that's right, Kevin. So this is deck screener. These are a lot of meme coins, right? The problem is a lot of these aren't tradable on Breakout or BTCC. Yeah, these are meme coins. "101-year-old rugger." Scott, could you take out the buy side 39.50s? Yeah, for Solana. Yep. 39.50 would be up here. Put in another little capitulation candle up here. I feel like that's good news. Hopefully this thing breaks now and goes to Hades. Let's go to Hades. Who feels like going to Hades? All right, Blair, we'll see you in the morning. I'll be up burning the midnight oil trading crypto. If it's tradable, I'll trade it. Let's go. Yeah, commissions, Anderson. Commissions, yep. Eat you alive. They're a lot worse on, and the liquidity's not as good. Man, NQ is a scalper's fantasy. already in Hades. I live in South Florida. It's kind of like Hades, just a lot more humid. I want to see it break this low volume node and go back to point of control. All right, we have multiple positions. This one's starting to work. I don't think I'm going to go for that much. I'll probably go here. They need to flush this thing down the toilet because it's trash. The stop losses are the red. This is the stop. This is the profit target. They each have stops and profit targets on them, so you can clearly see. Are you long this thing, LJ Biz? Are you long pump? Baby, you best not be fading my shorts. That was a big thing in Warrior Trading. For any of you guys that remember those days, there were always suspicions that like hedge funds would buy Warrior Trading memberships and see what all the retail traders were buying so they can trap them and dump them. Trap Ross. Take his money. I wouldn't be surprised. I know a bunch of short sellers who bought subscriptions to Warrior Trading to see what they were buying. I've never heard of this one either. I had a ChatGPT it. So, guys, ChatGPT is awesome for learning about really quickly getting a description of a cryptocurrency. Just type it right into crypto, it'll tell you all about it. Tell you all about the project, all about what people are saying about it, all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. That's what I did. I would fade the gap scanner. And it worked great until it didn't work. I had $10,000 days, $20,000 days, $50,000 weeks. And then I'd have a $25,000 losing day. You don't know fun until you've lost $50,000 in one day. Looks like it's trending up too, gold. I think we could easily get back up to 35 and a half. Yep, it is a whack of moolah. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I also made $250,000 in 3 months. It was wild. I was also trading with guys that were making millions, but it was insanity, guys. It was insanity. we go. Ha ha, there it is. I knew it was gonna, my alert went off and everything. All right, let's see if we can get the flush. Go baby, go baby, go baby. Yes. All right, hopefully it doesn't bounce there. I need it to keep going. Don't bounce there. Look at, guys. This stuff is crazy predictable. So, Daniel, to make that kind of money, you have to risk a lot of money. You can't make that kind of money without risking a lot of money. That's what comes on the other side of that. Nobody's making $250,000 without risking, you know, 100, 200, $100,000. That's the way it works. They're directly correlated. But once you get the skill, you scale up. That was a capitulation candle. Lots of people stopped out there. Better not be buying this stupid thing up again. Yep. Daniel, absolutely. It was VWAP with deviation bands. That's all it was. Now I was trading small caps, but strategy stayed the same. But I looked more for mean reversion trades. So extreme deviations from the VWAP. All right, Fisher. Glad I can try to entertain you guys as we watch crypto and see what we get. 10 minutes, we'll get the 8 o'clock hour. That usually brings some nice volatility. Crazy how this weekly VWAP upper band has been holding. I didn't do that great this morning. I did hit profit target in my Apex account, which is pretty far along now. So it should be, I'm hoping to get a payout on it tomorrow. I got a payout on my top one yesterday for 2,500. I'm trying to get another 2K out of this Apex. So that was the only thing good that happened this morning. Then what was left in my top one, I am trading Apex again. I know. I've been trading Apex for a couple weeks now. So, what was I saying? So with the top one, I took $2,500 payout. I left like $400 in drawdown in that. So with $400 in drawdown, very difficult, and I blew that account, which is fine. I just got a big payout out of it, or a decent sized payout. I knew that I was probably not going to be able to survive that low drawdown. I don't like some of the rules, Oxter, but also there's a lot of people that it's a lot more affordable for them to trade Apex. So, I feel like it's my duty to see if I could get a payout with him. Same thing for trading 50Ks. I trade a lot. I've been trading a lot of 150Ks. So, I feel like a big part of me showing what's possible is me also getting payouts on 50Ks. Kind of as a mentor and educator, I need to exemplify the type of trading that can be done and what's possible. I like the 2 minute because 1 minute I can't fit that many candles on the screen and stream. So that's one big reason. Another big reason is here we go, baby. Let's go. All right, point of control. If we can break through this point of control, I think we're going to 46.7. I think this thing is tired. It wants to go to the VWAP. This thing's tired of going up. People need to take their profits and run because this thing is trash. Yeah, I had a pretty good run on the 50K. Let's see. This is I posted it here somewhere. So this was all micros. So you have to trade for 10 days in this 50K. So my goal was $300 on average a day for 10 days. And that's exactly what I did. And then you could take $2,500. So it was good. This trade's working real nice. I really want to, I actually have my profit target down here. I might be getting a little greedy with that, but what do you guys think? Is that too greedy? I like the 2 minute because it slows me down a little bit from the 1 minute, and then I can fit more candles on the screen for streaming. I can't go from, I don't think that's how it works, right? I don't think that's the saying. I think I think it's you don't go broke taking profits. I think it's like the complete opposite. Yeah, the band is kind of messing with me. Or I could put my profit target down here and just go to bed. And hopefully it hits it overnight. That's always a good time. Just put your orders in, your stop, your so now it's trading below it, you know. Let's see if it can trade back down to the low volume node. Looks like it back tested it there a little bit. The last thing in my way here is this point of control. If we can break through this point of control, I am fairly confident that we are going to go to the other side of value. Do you know why? Because auction market theory says so. That's why. Eight p.m. always brings some interesting price action. We'll see what happens. Oof. Somebody just took a dookie. Yes. Well, that was beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. That was a $400 trade in my cash account. That was beauty. That made this whole stream worth it. There it was. That was everything I would hoped it would be and more. How much were the commissions on that? 378. Perfect. All right, Josh. That was a good trade. Profit target hit. And it's still going. Still going. That's okay because my trade was my trade. Right? My plan. I got up here. I gave myself a little buffer room. I expected a break of this low volume node, a return to value. Right? So that's a setup Number 3, out of the book. I expected us to go to the point of control, and if we could get by the point of control, I expect there's VWAP. Man, that would have been a beauteous. Right to the tick, VWAP. I don't know who buys this trash. The leverage is quite high. You have tons of leverage on here. 50x? 50x leverage? What other platform is he streaming on? This is TradingView. Oh, I'm on Discord, Pop. I got a private Discord community. That's a low latency stream. All right, Joshua, you too. We're going to wrap up here. I'm going to see what happens at 8 o'clock and call it a night. That was my trade for the night. I'm very happy with it. That went very well. These are my trades here. That was the close. $300 profit, not 400, 300, 282. That was 400. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. Pop, so I haven't added to the system. There is an advanced playbook, and there is, that's in the course, and you can access that in the Discord, which I posted. You can access it with a free trial. So if you want to go through the course, you get yourself a weekly free trial. You can go through the entire course for free. And then if you want to stick around, great. If not, no problem. I generally use Coinbase or Binance, Emre. Usually Coinbase. Damn, look at this thing. Gave up the whole shebang. I covered up here. All right, you're welcome, Ray. We'll see you in the morning, maybe. Okay, awesome, guys. I'm going to wrap up here myself. I will see everybody in the morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the future stream. Discord members, 10 a.m. on YouTube for everybody else on the delayed stream. Have a good night, everybody. If you're going to continue trading, it did work. Nice trade, Oxter. I can see it right here. I have everything up here. I have gold, Ethereum's right there. I have all the indexes. Still watching everything. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the morning. If you're going to keep trading, Oxter, manage your risk, stay sharp, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Have a great night.